Y'all, we back at it with another one from Kagurabachi Chapter 68. Every chapter of this series has been straight flames. I can't think of one bad chapter. If you can think of one, let me know down below. Watch someone be like, hey Nero, Chapter 7 or some random number. I guarantee you it's going to happen. But for me, I've been enjoying every chapter of this series. We're 68 chapters in, and it was never a chapter where I was like, yo, get this shit out of here. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. But I will say I am having one gripe with this series overall, and you guys may feel the same way, you may not feel the same way, but the way this series does the villains, I enjoy the villains so much that it's like I don't want them to be gone. And here we are in another situation where I'm like, yo, Hiko may get taken out by Chihiro, and that's something I don't want because I enjoy the character. It's crazy how much I like the villains in this series. There's other series that's done it as well, but man, like, yo, Sojo was one of those people I didn't want to see taken out. He eventually got taken out. You know what I'm saying? Old boy father in the last arc, he was someone I didn't want to see get taken out. He got taken out. Samura is a character that's probably going to get taken out, and he is now a villain, and I don't want to see it happen. And the same is going on with Hiko. So it's just like with this series, I love the villains so much that I don't want to see them go. But in this series, like, villains don't survive. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, anybody could get in this series, even down to the heroes. You know, Yodu, he got taken out a couple chapters ago by Samura. So like, anyone could get taken out at any time in this series. And I would say that's probably my smallest pet peeve, but at the same time, I understand it helps the story go. Plus, people don't want villains and everyone to survive all the time. It would make it kind of feel unbelievable. So I do get it, but at the same time, it's just like, yo, damn, they written these guys so well that they're just so enjoyable. Like when you look at Hiko in this chapter, how he just seems so carefree about killing, mass murdering. Like, yo, it's just crazy how carefree his facial expressions are when it comes to what he just finished doing in this chapter and in the previous chapter. Like, he just looked like he doesn't have a care in the world. And it's insane to me, man. It is insane to me. And then the fact that he's just walking around with the manager's head, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, this dude is insane and I love it, man. And it seems like he might have an extra ability that we don't really know about. We're going to get into this chapter, man. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for all notifications. Greatly appreciate it. But the chapter starts off where he says, yo, I asked this dude Brain what room y'all were in. So the dude's already dead, and he said he asked the Brain. So does he have an ability similar to like, what's the girl name? Was it Pito from Hunter x Hunter? Remember how she was like doing something with old boy Brain to learn all the information she needed to know about Nin? Does that mean that, you know, your boy Hiko right here has something similar to that? Because he said he spoke to this guy's brain. He didn't say he spoke to this guy. He said he spoke to this guy's brain, and he told them what room, you know, Chihiro and the other ninjas were in. So is that a second ability that he has that we don't know about? And then are they going to explain more about it? Because that's kind of insane. That means you can't hide any information from him. Now, then again, it could be a chance that maybe he did ask the Brain that information, and then maybe Toto's sorcery ability is what allowed him to get the answer to the question that he seeks. So Toto could have been involved. We don't know, but she was there. She's downstairs sitting in the chair just chilling while your boy Hiko is doing all the dirty work. Although he said that's the way he wanted, but you would think she will try to help him just a little bit. So maybe she's the one who made the Brain talk. We don't know for sure. Let me know your thoughts down below. But you got it where, you know, he explains to Chihiro like, yo, everyone's coming up here. You know, eventually this whole floor is going to be overran with people who's trying to take Samura's daughter. And you have it where he looks at Samura's daughter. And I know in the last chapter I said her name was Lori. It's an I, not an L. I apologize. Hey, yo, they be making them look the same, man. That's always been my biggest gripe just in general with why they got the shape of the eye. You know, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, her name is Aori. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. But you have it where your boy Hiko looks at her and says like, yo, thank you for being born. That's crazy. I don't know why. That line was just, I'm looking like, yo, damn. He might surpass Sojo as far as villains I like the most in this series. He might surpass him. But he's like, yo, thank you for being born. So Samura's weakness. It was just a great moment. And then you got it where he goes to slash through the head of the manager. Like, yo, this dude slashes through the head of the manager to try to catch Chihiro off guard. And he slashes straight towards him, but Chihiro, he gets splashed with the blood and still managed to stop the blade of Hiko. Now, this is the crazy thing. Like, you would think, like, getting hit in the eye with blood, like, it would kind of, like, have you, like, man, like, kind of throw you off your guard. But nah, he still manages to, block the attack. And the crazy thing is that attack looked like it would have took off the leg of Iori. That's just how it looks to me. Like, that blade strike would have actually got her had it not been for Chihiro blocking it. But you got it where she's crying, she's just thinking about all the sadness that's happening because of her. And you got it where Chihiro's like, yo, I will protect you. You got Hiko saying like, yo, this is his biggest weakness, and it's stupid that he isn't even aware of what's happening. So it appears that he's not actually watching over his daughter. He's watching to see if anyone's, pull out an enchanted blade and try to use it. And if they do, he will slice them down. It really makes me wonder, like, they kind of explain it in this chapter. So I guess we got the answer a little bit. Like, when this spell is activated to erase her memories, it will work on everyone, not just her. So that shows how powerful that this sorcery spell actually is. And if the ninjas are capable of doing something like this, like, who knows what else they're capable of? Who knows what else they have done? But I'm very curious why they didn't do something like that on the sword bearers to make them forget about their past on the island. Now, that's just my thoughts on it. I'm just really curious about that. But anyway, you got it where Chihiro takes Hiko down the elevator, and he tells her like, yo, I will protect you. The elevator door opens, and you have all these henchmen coming out that Hiko was talking about earlier, that they will come to the floor. But next thing you know, you got Ro showing up, and he says like, yo, come on, hop in. They get into the elevator, and you see when she gets in the elevator, everybody who walked up on that floor is laying on the ground unconscious. Yo, that mean that man took out all these guys, then came back in the elevator like, yo, we good. Ro might be that best kept secret. He took out all these guys and came back and said, yo, we're finished with the seal. We just need to get you to the roof. And he says like, yo, with such a powerful spell, sorcery ability, we need a key, for energy to actually perform this spell. And he says like, yo, the key should be in Chihiro's hands, so we just gonna have to wait on his return. Now, you have it where Chihiro is facing off against Hiko, and these panels just look so goated with these guys facing off against one another. They end up crashing down on the first floor, and then you have it where one of the the workers at the hotel, he's still alive. Somehow he kept his life, but he's laying on the ground. He might be at death's door, and we just don't know it. But he's laying on the ground there, observing everything that's going on between Chihiro and Hiko. And he says like, yo, he has the key here to give to Chihiro. And then you have it where this guy who's laying on the ground is also thinking about the battle that just happened with the manager, which was his master and Hiko, and how, the master told him like, yo, there's no such thing as geniuses in this world. Everyone must train and work hard to become powerful. And then he's saying to his master, the manager, like, yo, you were wrong, because this guy's clearly a genius because he was able to take you out. And they show a flashback of how he took out the manager. Yo, this attack looks so vicious, man. This attack was so damn vicious, man. And you got what he's saying, you damn liar. I just felt so sorry. I felt so sorry for the worker, because you see he's in tears because he lost his master, someone that he respect. But you have it where, he's about to use these attacks on Chihiro, but that Chihiro has the ability of observation, like similar to his father. He has a keen eye that can catch anything. So while he's observing the battle between, himself and Hiko, he realized like, yo, the reason Hiko was ever able to get that advantage on the manager is because he's able to fight, both hands. He's able to fight upper hand and lower hand with his sword play, and that right there causes his opponents to lose sight of the sword, and that's how he's been catching people off guard. So he goes to do that same move against Chihiro, and Chihiro managed to block it. You have Hiko himself saying like, yo, Not only did he manage to block it, he somehow tried to, counterattack me. That's close. That was very close to hitting me. I'm lucky that I was able to avoid it. And you got it with Chihiro himself is saying like, yo, his white style isn't as fast as it should be, but it needs to get, it needs to get faster. He will make it faster because he also needs that ability in order to take down Samura. And I was just like, yo, Chihiro just sounds like he's on a whole nother level. You have it where he looks at Hiko and says like, yo, I will kill you and get to the roof. And we know that he needs to get to the roof in order to bring the key to, to Ro and the other ninjas so that they could perform this seal to erase her memories. And once the seal, we are told, once the seal is in place, she will lose all her memories and everybody will lose all the knowledge of her. So that shows you how powerful this sorcery spell is. But I cannot wait for the next chapter. Yo, Hiko, he's just on a whole nother level. Don't want to see him get taken out. But shout out to Chihiro for being able to counterattack his moves. That shows how skilled he is as well. But yo, let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll catch you in the next one, man. Peace.